is happening, everybody? Welcome to another episode of American Truck Simulator Home Daily. I'm just waiting to get loaded here, as you saw earlier. Actually, no, let me start from the real start of this episode. Well, no, let me just get out. I'm so comfy in this bed, but let me just get out. Y'all lucky I like all of y'all make me get out that comfy bed. I ain't gonna get loaded probably for another at least 30-40 minutes or so, but I think I have to give y'all a grand view of. I know they probably showed a little bit in the beginning, but I'll just start from here, just tell y'all what's been going on since the last upload of the Home Daily compile videos, because I know they did a live way too early and it screwed up a bunch of stuff. I told them, I was like, did y'all do this first? And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay, I'm not in production, that's not on me. So I'll just give y'all the words from your boy X himself. So as y'all see, I'm in Blue Freight now, because when I got home in the last episode, and that's when I think I talked about in that last episode, but anyway, I'm in Blue Freight now. And yeah, with that, and I'm with USBB. That's what we getting over here. Screwing on words. Over here getting loaded. And I'm debating what I want to go talk about first, because a lot's going on. But I guess I'll talk about that. Well, if I'm going to talk about that, shoot, I might as well. Outside the truck. Y'all know what Blue Freight looks like. Shoot, I can get back inside, chill for a minute. Why are my lights on? I don't know. Maybe I hate it when I got out. I want to get back in that bed, but I know if I get back in that bed, I am not going to want to get up. So I was just saying the seat, it deals with that driver energy anyway. We should be getting loaded here soon. But no, so I'm going to talk about, as you saw in the start of the episode, Georgia talking about she couldn't take the truck. Which, I mean, it'd been like 2 days, I think she had, and it was running fine. But, hey, I'm not that a-hole to make you run something, so bottom line is, that whole story short, I had it transported back down. I took it over, and y'all saw I did the full total restoration. And that's why I said she'll be a special one. She'll be the first one, because from here on out, I'm not going for the cheapest option of the used trucks. That was me. That was my fault. That was X's fault. He went for the cheap. And I didn't think I had that many issues. I misread a lot of things. So I'll always remember Georgia for the first full-on used truck. And that whole thing. So I did it right. Now, I did send her an email later talking about, alright, I'll pay for it now, but I might have you need to run a little bit harder. So I'm trying to pay a little piece of this back. Granted, don't get me wrong, I got a business account that ain't hurt me. But I'm just saying, I don't want her thinking that I can just do that, and yeah, that's the whole thing. So, but it was interesting seeing her send that email talking about, I can't do this. I'm like, why not? Y'all saw when I dropped, don't get me wrong. She wasn't great. I mean, she reminds me a lot of Sophia back in the day. But I mean, she was doable. But hey, that's why I give them the option. Works like that. And y'all know with anything you do in the first time, you fine-tune and recalibrate as you go. So, from here on out, I'll know, okay, twofolds. A, not that cheap of a truck with that much damage and stuff like that. And B, if it does have any damage, they are paying for it next time if they want it fixed. They complain again, they paying for it. So, yep, that's that happening. Hey, you gotta do stuff, configure it, and go from there. Everything when you first do it with a trial run is that trial run, and you fine tune it as you go, you know. So with that story out the way, what's happening right now? Yeah, I'm with USBB, but I did not. I knew Illinois was coming, and I was gonna be local with USBB because I'm still in California. Shoot, let me show you the map. Yes, that's the info I'm waiting to get loaded for. But I'm still in Modesto, California. I was going to be local all this couple of weeks or everything. Stay close to home. So when it's time, head over to Illinois or somewhere through here. So I'm already set up for Illinois. Because I haven't done that in years. I've always been flying. I said, you know what? I know it's coming soon. I got the email not that long ago. But I said, all right, let me set up a little bit. I already got Evie I had to think of what her name. I haven't even used her in so long. But she is sitting in Iowa City, I believe, so she's already ready. And that was my plan, just run local. Then I was gonna possibly fly over to get into EV and go from there. Well, I got the email. When was it? I think last night when I was delivering. And well, man, I can't. That shows you I'm tired. But when I was delivering in Modesto, the contracts for Illinois are gonna be opening up very, very soon. Actually, a lot sooner than I had planned. So I'm like, okay. And it just so happens this load. I'll show you the full info, which I'm glad out of all the updates they've done, they haven't lost this. It legit's going all the way to Arkansas, and from Arkansas, I'll just get something either to Missouri. Preferably, I'd like to get to Iowa from Arkansas, but we'll play that by ear when we get over there. But that is the plan now, so I'm gonna get over there. That pretty much knocks out the entire week, which I ain't complaining. It'll put me way past what the minimum is weekly for USBB. So, and y'all know once I do that and do the state work contracts and all that, I don't really care about the income from there. And if anything else, heck, maybe I'll from here. I'm debating if I want to ride up here. I'm not flying. That's waste to do that. I might even just bobtail. I don't know. We'll play about that when we get over there. That's hearsay and hearsay. That's not important. So that is what's happening now. And no, I'm not recording it all the way over there. I know some people will like it. So for the people that do like that, I will give y'all today, because it's going to be 3 days. I'm going to do it by the logbook. Y'all know how home daily does. Now, I'm going to tell y'all that right now. I'm going to do it by the logbook for the logbook. I'm actually going to fudge the log, so I'm going to be there a lot earlier than what the logbook's going to say. But I'll show you all that too when we get over there. But nope, that is what is happening right now. So before we get loaded, which I'm surprised they haven't come yet, but hey, works better for me talking and getting y'all into the flow of the episode and everything. I want to talk about that live, because live is still, and I hate when they rush stuff like, oh, do this now. The levels weren't right. I was busy. My words was off. I told them to take it down. Maybe I'll talk to them again and say, just get rid of it. It's pointless. You screwed it all up doing that, but whatever. So, and I know in a few episodes before this one, I think, like 2 episodes before this, I talked about the review for Bobcat Lease. So I'm going to give it to y'all now with a more detailed, well, not too much detail. I think in the live I was a lot detailed, but you couldn't half hear me. I'm going that. That's why I hate driving and trying to do stuff, because it doesn't sit the way, like if I'm sitting now and I can get my mind right, get my words right, all that, you know. So, but anyway, long story short, I'm going to give y'all the Bobcat Machinery XO review now. And instead of going all into detail like I think I did on the live, I'm going to just give y'all the pros and cons that I found, and then just the overall of it for any drivers out there looking to get into it. Coming from the man who did it, has experience, can tell you stuff like that. So let's start with the pros. I will say this, they keep you moving. If you wanted to go with Bobcat Machinery or the Bobcat Lease, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all saw in the last 2 episodes. But if you want to do it with them, they keep you moving. Like, whether it be local, OTR, full contract job, like if you company driver, all that stuff. So they will keep you moving. They will do that. And this is from a driver's point from down here, on operating all that stuff. And I don't care what you say, most of their loads are always light. I think the most I had one time was like 29,000, I think, maybe something like that. But I never got no heavy behind one. Like with USBB now, where everything, at least in this department, because this was a new thing I saw when I got leased back on with USBB. Now they got food tankers, which they didn't have that years ago when I was with them. And they're heavy. Every one, I looked it up and I said, yeah, these are going to all be heavy. But hey, I can't argue with it. Do what he's going to do. That's for the USBB review if I do that one at some point. But we sticking with Bobcat right now. And Bobcat's loads 95% of it. No, I'm gonna say 95. You might get some every now and then, because I didn't do super long runs with them too often, or like super heavy loads. So they may have, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna look right here, because thankfully jobs. I can't do it because I'm with USB-B, so let's just go freight market. Let's say we're going to do a drop and hook, so. B-O-B. Alright, there's that. And let's go weight. So, cargo weight descending. Yeah, see, the most you ever get is like 23 to 2,500. I'm just rounding up just because I'm me. So, but yeah, like 2,400. Let's call it that. And even 2,400. So, that is the most you will ever get. And that's great because if you're not on an operator, when it's less, it doesn't put as much wear, doesn't put as much fuel. So, that is definitely a nice plus with them. I will say that. That is definitely a nice plus with Bobcat machinery. And the other pro I had for him, I'm trying to think in my head, and I did write this out. Oh yeah, that's the other one. So I said this earlier, but it's kind of true. They keep you moving, and it's steady work if you're local, depending on the areas. Because I remember when I was out in, I think it was Wisconsin, they were like all over, and then I think some places were else. I think I'd have to go back and look at my records now. I'm not going to, but I know some places that are very local. You can keep moving all day long, so it works very well for that. Now, I'm going to just leave that into the cons of that. If you're OTR, I mean, this is a con now. If you're OTR, it can be sparse in loads if you're OTR. I don't know why I put ORT. Tells you I'm tired, not ready for this almost 1,700. No, call it what it is. I got to feel too. Almost 1,800 mile run probably. But I've been doing this so long, I'll get back in the flow of that. I'm gonna have music on, all that. But anyway, back to the cons of Bobcat machinery. They can be sparse in loads if you're OTR, and I will prove that to y'all now. I can't even get the trailer to show y'all. I think in one episode I talked about it, but legit I would be like, I can tell you because it just came to my mind now. I'll just tell you right now, Arizona, you might get a drop and hook. You might. But if you're like live loading and stuff like that, nope. I think when I was in Arizona one time, I was in Phoenix. I think I went empty, which I hate doing, but it's the only thing I could get all the way over to else. As a matter of fact, hold up. I forgot I just switched over to USB-B, so my handwritten log still has it. So let's see, Rockport, Oxnard. What's the one I was in Arizona? Yeah, I got lucky and got one in Lake Harvest, and that was luck. Like I think when did I deliver that? I delivered it Wednesday that week, and I got lucky on that. And that Arizona one came from Lewiston, Idaho, so they're good for OTR. But yeah. Excuse me, drop some stuff. But yeah, like I was saying, if you're in some places, if you're doing OTR and you're using an empty and everything like that, loads can be scarce. Plenty of times I had to go really farther than what I would like to, deadhead, to get it. So keep that in mind with them. The other con I will say about Bobcat machinery, and I know not everyone's like me, worried about the money and stuff like that for the week, but if you do actually do that and put that aspect in all this and actually remember this is a job, not just a look at me thing. This is a job, make the money, all that stuff. So anyway, long story short, if you're trying to make 6 digits, it won't be easy, especially doing local. It will not be easy doing it with Bobcat machinery. Their pay per mile is horrible. That's why I think when I started them, I'd have to go back and watch the episode now. But originally, I had planned to be local. But then I saw they were so bad in their pay per mile. I said, well, let me just do OTR. Granted, yeah, I don't want to be gone. But sometimes them 6-digit things would run. As a matter of fact, I still got my paperwork out before I have to put it away. Let me see. I can show you the last big one I got with them. Well, let's just talk about that. Lewiston, Idaho, to Lake Havasu City, Arizona. That was 60,000. So I mean that wasn't awful. Now I did have one. Okay, like Junction City, Kansas City to Lewiston, Idaho. That was 80,000. So sometimes, depending on the mileage you get, it balances out with your OTR. So if you do want to do this and look for the big monies, I hate to say it, local is not gonna be your thing. it is not gonna be a thing. OTR you can, but I'm gonna say that too, just about Con. If you like me and try and get home and stuff like that, you'll be. I know for me, it was a minimum 2 weeks before I could even meet my minimum weekly for that. I had to roll over into the next week, and that's just how it works with Bobcat Machinery. And the other con, this is all me, this is my views based on doing and everything else like that. The other con I had with them, which annoyed me, which don't get me wrong, it'd be fine if it was like a here and there thing, wouldn't bother me, but a lot of their customers can be very, very, very hard squeezing in, like backing in and getting to the spots and everything like that, because you know they do a lot of like flatbed stuff and stuff like that, so it's not like going to a dock or a nice open like Bushnell Farms here. I mean, one time I think the one hard one was actually the Kenworth dealership. I think it was out in, might have been Wisconsin. I don't know. I'm not gonna pull my boat back out now, but that type of stuff and just squeezing it in with that trailer. And granted, I will say this too, it didn't help. No, I'm not even gonna say that because the 389 ain't no different than, heck, if you in a W900, you'll have more harder time than I did with the 389 or the Red Star. But yeah, I'm just summing that all up right now. It can be with a lot of common customers, it can be hard squeezing into some of them spots. So those are my 3 cons for Bobcat Machinery. Now, don't get me wrong, don't get twisted. I'm not saying they're awful, because that's why in my overall review, I will say this. I'll just sum it all up. If anybody's wondering, don't want to hear me what I'm saying, say X shut the hell up. I'll put it all nice and simple for you. When it comes to Bobcat Machinery, if someone asks me in 3 or like 2 simple sentences, I guess you could call it. If someone said, "Hey X, what do you think about Bobcat Machinery?" I said, I'll put it like this. They're great lease if you want to run miles. Not great if running for big paychecks. Put it like that. At least if you want to be local doing it. Like I said, you just heard me say I got lucky here and there, but yeah. So that's my review for Bobcat Machinery. If you ain't tried it yet, I think they've been released now for couple months, I want to say. I don't know, but if you ain't tried it yet, definitely give them a try. They're well worth it. Well worth. That was the first lease I've ever done. I think almost 3 months worth, maybe like 2.5, and that's because, to be fair, I took off January and February, so I wasn't gonna just jump into March and then switch again. So that was kind of a timing thing, but I didn't mind sticking with them for so long. They were a good lease. USB-B, I don't know when I'm gonna leave them. Maybe. Because the time of this recording, it's the end of April. No, is it? No, at the time of this recording. That shows you when I'm doing too much at once. But game time, let me say, is the end of April. So just call it the start of May. I might leave them maybe mid-June. Maybe we'll see. That's a neither here nor there thing. So alright, let me stop rambling here and talk about all that. Let me go up in here and see what the heck's going on while we ain't loaded yet. Okay, they finally got us loaded. Not too late, a little bit later than what I was hoping for, especially since I've been over here since freaking 9, but could be worse, and thankfully they don't need this load until I keep hitting the wrong daggone button with that, and I'm still hitting the wrong daggone button. How do you do that now? Yeah, that's right. The new update now, you have to go through here. That's why I keep hitting the wrong button, because it used to be the F6 key, I believe. But yeah, the fun of the update, y'all. But an update don't need it till Friday at 2, and it's Tuesday now. So, and like I said, it'll be legal on the logs, not legally how I'm driving it. But I am gonna stop today. Like I said, I don't know, people love to just watch the drive and everything like that, so I'm gonna do that. But I am gonna stop for like the 8-hour break. But from there, I'm gonna stop recording. I'm gonna still keep driving for the last 2 hours, then I'm just keep on heading down. So I think going from here, straight shot, fuel, everything else, I should be there maybe early Thursday morning. We'll play that by ear, but should be. But we'll play that by ear. But like I said, I'm fudging the log, so as far as the log's concerned, I ain't gonna get there till Friday, close to when it's due. So that's the fun of being a trucker, y'all, and doing this for a long time. So it's alright. Well, I almost forgot. I'm so ready to go. What the heck? Oh, I hit the wrong daggone button. That shows you when you're doing too much. Well, that's the fun. Hey, feel like that just reminds you it's a game. That won't happen in reality unless you mess around with that freaking. I think they have it now. Some newer trucks, maybe. Yeah, so I had to look it up to see if it's a thing. Apparently, it's not as much. I thought they had buttons like, you know, some yard jockey trucks have, where they can just back in, lift it up. Connect the trailers. Yes, they actually have that now. Like, it does everything, like almost autonomous. Actually, no, take it back. They do have autonomous yard dogs. I think I read in the paper just the other day. UPS came out with autonomous. That's a big behind word when you try it. But autonomous yard dogs, which is pretty much those trucks you see just moving trailers around in the yard. So that's why I was like, well, that's why I said, in reality, you may not hit a button and undo. But mark my words on this, y'all. Maybe like 10 years out from now, that will be a thing more common in just, not just yard dog trucks, but all trucks. Like the newer trucks. So, but let me stop rambling here, get going here. Alright, so just showing y'all for anybody who wonders. That's what partially to why I chose this low, because I knew it would put me on 40. I absolutely love 40. I hate running through Albuquerque. But I love it once you get through that little spits of Texas. But I absolutely love 40. 40 and 10. Those are two of my favorites. And I enjoy it every freaking time I'm on. More so 40. 10. It's fine once you get closer to, I'm going to say Texas. Yeah, because 40 is fine on the bottom of like California, Arizona, and New Mexico. Once you get into don't screw me up. I ain't want that. Once you get down into Texas, then it gets a little bit more funkier, but you get used to it. But no, I knew coming from here would be a straight shot. That little I call it the iTunes preview of Texas, and you just keep going into Oklahoma. So yeah, and I have a feeling. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into that. So yep, so let me get going here and see it all. See it all unadjusted. That's what happens when you get too comfy for laying down in the bed. But like I said, I am gonna ride all the way here. As a matter of fact, let's go back just so y'all know when I'm gonna do it too. Alright, so 8 hours from here, I'm gonna say that's probably flat Winslow. Nope, I thought it was a little off. I reset. Probably Kingman. Yeah, I'll just say Kingman. I'll just say Kingman. It's a little over, but I'll just say Kingman. So yep, so I'll ride from here, then Kingman I'll stop. I'll fill out the logbook, all that stuff, and then I'll stop the recording altogether. And then I'll just do, what's today, Tuesday? I do like 5 minutes come Wednesday. And then 5 minutes one way, and just whenever we get there, I'll just do little bits of 5 minutes each here just to show you I'm still moving, just where we're at, stuff like that, so it gets the full story, you know. And if y'all don't know X, I'm all about the story. That should be a given. So, alright, then let me stop this rambling and do this tug test. Yep, she's locked. Let's roll. I did not know my chicks were still on the bed. Alright, and I screwed that up. Alright, I'm already got to a great side. I didn't go out the right way, but that's because I knew I think I came in. No, but I didn't come in that way, so alright, well, that's what I said. I'm going to be driving, get my mind right for this long behind load. Good morning, Sleeping Beauty. As you saw, I think it was a clip ago or maybe a clip before that, I'm not sure. When I told y'all yesterday I'd be running all night, that is what I have been doing. Now we are gonna stop here up in Albuquerque, I think it is, just so I can do the logbook. Just put the timing on the logbook so it's legit, the time and everything like that. But yeah, we've been rolling, and as you see, we went from 30 hours, we got 13 hours, and I'm gonna knock out a lot today too. As you see, like another 10 or 11, and the way it stands, come tomorrow, I could actually run legit legally if I wanted to. I'll play that by ear if I'm going to or not, but yeah, but it's good to get back to this old school kind of trucking sometimes, and I forget how nice it is early morning like this, and all the traffic ain't all out, all the four-wheelers, all that. It's nice running through the night sometimes. Caught on something too around Kingman. I mean, it was a little before Kingman too, but I did catch on to it around Kingman. I'm still driving this like it's the freaking Caterpillar Pete, where it's not. I want to say this truck has a Cummins. I'll look when we get up there. But long story short, it's ideal hit point. Excuse me. What the heck is this? Oh, I'm hoping that's over there. Okay. Its hit point for floating a lot better isn't at 1500, which is what I've been used to for the last, I want to say, 5 weeks being in the Pete. Whereas this one around 1000, it hits it in a lot better. So I'm gonna get into the flow of that. A lot better shifting instead of the grinding that I'm doing for it, floating now here and there. I just gotta get used to it. That's the fun of jumping from truck to truck. You get used to different not RPMs or something, I can't think of the name now, but like I call them shift points where they float easier, and like different horsepowers, and just each truck is different, and you just get used to it as you go when you get into them. And that's what I do with all my trucks, and I always usually say around 3 loads if you're doing like local, like 100-mile loads, or around 500 miles, you pick up more and more about the truck. So let's go in this truck stop. When we get over here, I am gonna lay my head down for like, what time is it? 7 now. Probably 3 hours, and get back up and rolling again. I didn't float that smooth that time, but that's okay. See right there, hit it on point. Hey man, let me over. Now the only thing I wish I just would do, and maybe I will find a mod for that, because I think I had one years ago, just to be more realistic. Truck stops be full. I mean, I love that we can just slide in here and find parking, but part of the big thing when you're pulling over like this is hoping you can find a spot. So, but maybe I'll find that mod. I'm sure it's out there somewhere still. That was back when I used to use it around 2019-ish or so. I think that was before I started putting it on YouTube, but I did do it. So, alright, never was on park though. Yeah, I'm gonna run into the trucks out to give me some candy or something. Fuel, baby. I've got to stop thinking Louisiana. I don't know why. It's something about Louisiana doing it so long. Well, it wasn't even that long, but doing it just stuck with me. So I say baby all the time. I don't be talking like that. So I'm gonna get out of it though. Get out of it. Just takes time. Think I will park next to. Oh, those are paid. Good to know. Reserved paid. think I'll park next at HFX. And I don't think I've told y'all, but I'm one of them drivers who I like to park next to people, because then you only have to worry about one person hitting your stuff rather than two, like if you go on the empty open spots. And I do the same thing in reality too, so there we go. Ooh, and it's not a bad walk up there, so good thing too, good time to stop until I got pee. There, should be right about there. Come on, cut. I screwed that cutting up all kinds of. Yeah, I screwed that cut all kinds of. Alright, let's see. Hate to be this ignorant of a driver. People walking by, like, what the heck you doing? But I did not cut that right the first time, so let me get it right on the second time. Ooh, I ain't cut hard enough, so I don't hit the man over there. HFX would not be happy. There we go. There we go. Alright, throw it in neutral. Pop it. There it has. Beautiful. I love that sound when you get to finally pull that brake. It's so nice. Nope, so that's what's gonna happen now. I'm gonna run up in this, whatever it is, I don't know the truck's name. Just run up in this place, pee, get me some snacks to snack on, then lay my head down for like 3 hours. So I'll probably start up again around, let's see, 7 now, so let's just call it 8. So 8, so 9, 10, 11. So I'll probably start up again around 11, 12, within that range. So and I'm gonna just leave the truck run to keep all the fluids and everything warm. So alright, I will holler at y'all when we back on the road. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. We're laid down for a couple hours. So gonna run down here now for like 2 hours just to do all the stuff for the logbook, then just keep on trucking. I will be there by the end of tonight, and that works perfectly because it works out well, because there's a truck stop I'm gonna stop at right before Fort Smith. Right before, where is it? Yeah, right there. Right there. So I'll stop there, and then come Thursday, cause I don't think they'll really take it that early. So that's kind of a downside of dropping hook. I mean, load and unload versus dropping hook. Dropping hook, you can drop it anytime, cool. But load and unload, then gotta wait for them. So, but I get here, and that legit will be like all day tomorrow. I can BS, mess around, and chill. So, old school trucker tricks, baby. I've got to stop saying that. Alright, we're gonna stop today. That be it. I'm tired of saying that. I'm not in Louisiana, but yeah. Old school trucker tricks. You don't know, but they come in handy when you remember how to do them and you do them. So, alright, so that logbook's good. So, alright, so logbook's good. We're good. I should get some more candy, but I ain't going to. So, talk test. Let's go. I like this truck stop. I'm glad they counted it, because I think it's one of the ones you can go to that's like big and whatnot. So nah, I'm never gonna pay for no reserve parking, but it is nice. And the inside of the building back there is nice. I knew the name, I forgot. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. So, and yes, I'm being legitimate, not flying through the truck stop at like 20 miles per hour, 15, stuff like that. Like my thing is like, which should be like 10 or less. Yeah. So. Alright, let's get down this road, y'all. It's blue. So around 12 out, no, it's 11, so 12, 1-ish or so. I'm gonna just pull to the side of the road so I can do all the stuff with the logbook, mileage and all that. And then, jump to the next day, go from there, and we'll be good. Like I said, as far as logbook, I ain't gonna get there until Friday. It's nice doing this old school, real, like, trucking. I miss them days. Still rolling. I always like recording this little teeny part of Texas you run through, because that's reality, you know. Like, I've done it in real life. It's like you get that little piece of Texas, and then before you know it, you're in next days, I think Arkansas, whatever. We'll look at the paper map real quick, just show you what I'm talking about. The navigation is not. Oh no, we ain't even in Texas yet. No, yeah, we are. But I thought we were. I saw the sign. Yeah, a little part of Texas, then Oklahoma. But yeah, that look like legit. Boom, boom. What time is it now? 5. We'll probably be in Oklahoma by at least 6. That's how little you're in Texas. It just cracks me up, but that's real life. That happened. I do it. I've done it many times on the game itself, and quite a few times, as you know, probably a good handful of times in reality as well. But yeah, but just on here, because I didn't record obviously when I was doing it in real life, but on here, every time I went through this little, I call it like the iTunes preview of Texas, I always like to record it. It's just interesting. Just interesting. Alright, come on, Tanker, you killing all my flow here. All my flow. Land pastures. trying to record because that's usually what I do when I do this live preview of Texas through the Oklahoma sign. So I say this every time, and I'll probably still say it. I love when you get to get out on the east area like this because you can just open it up and roll. It's so nice, not in that freaking California. Now that's one thing I am looking to see how Illinois does. Cause come on, we all know Chicago. You can't just roll through there and it's tight and everything else. I've seen the videos and everything, but from a joker's view and everything else, I'm curiously interested to see how they do Illinois, considering they talked about not that long ago, I think maybe like a year ago or so, how with states not being as wide and stuff now, as we go farther east, it's going to be a bit of a challenge, they think, for SCS. But they got Illinois out and they got some other ones working, so they know what they're doing. So I'm thoroughly looking forward to seeing how they do it as far as cities and everything else like that. So I hate saying so. But I don't think we're in Oklahoma yet. Nope, just getting through Texas still. I'm a little Texas, so I'm gonna say now we're close to 7. So a little bit longer than I thought, but yeah, iTunes preview. iTunes preview. I haven't had a good night's sleep since what's this, Wednesday, Tuesday. I guess maybe Sunday, maybe. Most I've gotten is like 3 hours. No, maybe take like 4. But yeah, I'm tired. That's why I don't mind when it works out like this, where I get pretty much the whole day tomorrow to just relax, chill. It's like a day off, but not on the logbook. But for me, it's like a day off. Always tell when you're getting close to Oklahoma, just away from Texas, because it changes drastically. I'm just checking to make sure I don't miss the signs, because I'm sometimes not the best about catching the signs. Although I think when we did the Oklahoma State work, OK Oklahoma, I think I actually came over here and just legit stood in front of the sign. Hey, some shots you just gotta do the work to do, so. There's an OK Oklahoma as well across the line. I want to say the sign isn't until like a little bit after you cross. Nope, that's not it. I always love the signs. I'm not blind. That's I'm going under, so. Hey, I'm heavy. I don't feel like going to full 75. If I was light, if I was only like 20, I'd be fine. 46? Yeah, no, I'll do like 65, close to 70, but not full 75. Hey, we are officially in Oklahoma. I just want to see the sign now. Now it's a personal thing. How many so many times I missed it again, which ain't shocking. But I really want to say it's 15 Oklahoma City. Yeah, so we're in it. We're in it. We'll probably have to stop at this way station. Yeah, so when we stop at the way station, I'm just there, no sign. I'll just stop the recording. I'm not gonna. I know people love to get, but oh no, they say I didn't miss the sign. Ah, it is the sign. I love the sign. I said I knew it was a little bit ways in. But yeah, you can bypass too. That is nice. That is nice. Great start. I always loved Oklahoma, and it just further justifies that. So, all right, let's just keep on trucking. Boy, howdy when I tell you I'm tired, I am tired. I cannot wait to see Highway 69. I already looked at the map ahead of time. So 169, then it's just I forgot the road you know, but it's like a straight shot down, but I know it's after 69, so but you best believe I'm tired. I ain't complaining one bit. Like I said, pretty much all day. Well, it's Thursday now. All day today, I'm gonna be sleeping, catching up on like business-related stuff because I still need to call Georgia A and make sure everything is good with the truck and everything. It's still down in the shop in LA. Let's just call, make sure the Volvo she's in there because I told her after the email and everything. Just receive the Volvo when we get back to the yard and. Y'all saw I put it up in there, so with 300 in there, the Volvo 300 2014 Volvo specific, which I'm glad they're doing years now. Ah, the nighttime stars, oh, it's so nice. Please be 69. Oh, thank goodness. Not that we're taking that, I just know after you pass that, then it's straight down. I don't know the exact route, but and then the as you see on the GPS, I already had it marked. I had that marked back since California, or maybe a little bit after California, but no, if it's marked and it's not even I don't even think like a few miles before you're there, and it works perfectly because it goes right into Portsmouth, so you couldn't ask for anything better. You legit could not ask anything better. But like I said, all day today I'll be resting and stuff like that. I'll make a call, see if we can at least park over at Conmuir, I think, or Muir Con. I don't even remember they're called customer now. To see if we can at least park there tomorrow sometime. And never know, they could unload us early. I mean, it does happen, so. But hey, we're where we need to be. We are where we need to be. That is the trucker's motto. Oh, excuse me, your hair like I'm sorry, I'm so tired. I guess 59. Whatever it is. It is so good to see this truck stop, or a little small. I'm gonna just call it a truck stop. It looks like a truck stop. I know you're tired too, sweetie. I know. See, I love when it's nighttime though. Not that many cars up. Not that many four-wheelers. Let's say it's this turn. Oh, this turn here. It looks like this turn. And you gotta see where the heck we park at or get in there. I'm gonna say through here probably, because that's fuel. So, oh yeah, there you go, nice and easy. Oh, so yeah, I figured that was a turn, yeah. Alright, oh, I like this one too. This is a little more realistic. I like the realistic ones like this. There ain't that many spots. And no, I never put on a mod. This is all SCS. That's what I said a lot of times. SCS gives you stuff, so you don't need to do mods. Yeah, if they were all like this, I would love this. Now you'd have to really find a spot. So let's see, can I go over here? Oh yeah, the shops. Let's see. Ooh, that's a big open spot. Yeah, I guess I'll go between APWP, whatever, I don't know what it is. I'm tired, leave me alone. Put my flashes on, be professional. Where's the front here? Now on a normal day, if it was daytime, I'd blow the horn, but not, because it's like midnight and so many trucks sleeping, so I figured it'd be. Nah, I'm not even gonna do that. I was gonna say I guess it'll be the city horn, but I don't see nobody out, so we'll be there you go, just in case somebody was walking, just let them know I'm backing up. Be safe, y'all. Be safe. Never not enough time for safety, so. Ah, that is beautiful. Come back a little bit more. I always like trying to be right back there with, in line with them. Oh, that always feels so freaking good when you get to pull that last brake. Oh, that felt good. Oh, that felt good. I cannot wait to get in this bunk. Oh my goodness. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. Nope, that's why I said this works out too good. Too good. I think it's only like an hour over to the place. Like I said, like I said today, I think I said last episode, Home Daily compiled one. When you're an owner operator, all that type of stuff, you're a businessman. So I got some calls to make. Like I said, I'm gonna call Georgia A, see how she doing. Call over to Flavor Fair, that's it. Oh, they're usually pretty decent about letting you come early. Now whether or not I get unloaded, I don't know, but they're usually pretty decent, so I might just roll over there around maybe 6 tomorrow. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we'll see if they got a place to park. Cause my logbook ain't gonna show until Friday, so I don't want like the receipts and their paper and everything saying Friday when they unload me Thursday. So okay, y'all, you don't know, but I do. So, but as of right now, what I'm gonna do, finish this little bit of logbook for the day. Lay in that heaven of a bed that looks so nice right now, and like I said, I'm besides business related stuff, I'm just off for the day until later today, when I'm gonna slip over or give some calls and make, check on some other little miscellaneous stuff, and then slip over here, get the shell unloaded either later today, late maybe. Nah, not even that. Well, we'll play that by ear. It also depends on if they, when they do it on the paperwork here. Where is the paperwork? There it is. If they do the date or if they're just signing it, because I think from looking at it, all I need is the signature, so it doesn't even have a date. So might get lucky and get unloaded early tomorrow too, or early later today, which would be very, very nice. Very, very nice. So, excuse me. Alright then, we will holler at y'all, I guess, at this point when we get unloaded. Alright. Good evening, I guess I should say. It is almost 9 o'clock. I just got an email from the place we're delivering to, Flavor Fair. They said, because I emailed them around 1 today or so, something like that. I said, hey, I'm just curious, do y'all put a date on your signature when you deliver and everything? They said, nope, no date, just sign and go from there. Okay, well, cool. So it's 8 o'clock now, so let's walk back to the truck, get down here and post up, see if they got a dock available, which I hope they do. Flavor Fair usually does, but get down here and hopefully we might get unloaded today. But my logbook will still show tomorrow, so either way works for me. Either way works for me. So it's a nice KW though. Makes me kind of miss being in Black Beauty. So, alright, then let's go ahead and get up in this truck. Let it warm up for a little bit and we'll head down there, post up, and see when they unload us. So if they don't unload us till tomorrow, that's fine. Don't bother me. Like I said, I love setups like this where it's not needed for a while. And there's even a back way I could go to get there. I might even take the back way, just be a little different. So I didn't even think of that. I was just gonna keep going down 40, I guess, and go that way, get on 540, but I might take the back way, get a little view of Fort Smith and all that. So, not for, Arkansas and, Oklahoma. So, but I'll just take the back road, get a little more scenic viewing for y'all. Like I said, it will not take long to get over there. Let me let this truck warm up, and I'm gonna find my bottle of water here now. I don't want my hands to smell a little funky, so I'm gonna clean them up real quick. Alright. Yeah, it smells a lot better now. Call it whatever you want. I don't like smelly hands. I'm sorry. It's just not my thing. So, alright, truck's good and warmed up now. Just a seat. I ain't even lying while your boy was just sitting here doing nothing. I had the seat pulled back. I had the phone on the dash watching Everybody Hates Chris. It was a good old time. It was a good old time. But back to work in reality and all that. So let's do a tug to make sure she's locked. Yep. Yeah, let's go. Alright, well, I guess we'll get back once the traffic's moved. Did not know there was a stop sign coming up. My fault. Don't do that, people. I just did not know. Saw it too late, and I'm too heavy to be slamming on the brakes. So there live. It's funny, and it's just I've done this for years, like many years, just the way I do it. Like highways, sure, I'll go full speed at night, highway, but side roads like this, back roads, whatever you want to call them. Arkansas, in Arkansas. I go like close to the speed, but not fully, because you just never know when something's gonna jump out. You know, it could be deers, everything else. So I don't be flying down the road, especially not at night. During the day, maybe a little bit more, because better visibility, but not at night. Say what you want, I don't care. I ain't in no hurry. Smith. I just beat Frank the vlog had me here yesterday for the 10 hours. So hey, it's always good when you get to that place you got a long distance to get to. Don't get me wrong, y'all saw it wasn't that long, but yeah, it was a good long trip if you ask me. Nothing against it though. I like when you get some long ones like this. What a van, but don't know who that is, but sports over there apparently. And I say it all the time, but I know how people are. Well, I shouldn't say everyone, but some people do. Actually, quite a few people, but I know some people who don't, so that's why I say quite a few people. I've talked to many that do it. You just get on the road and drive long distances like this. And I say it all the time. I've said this in a lot of videos. You miss so much. Like, that was an adventure getting over here between the truck stops, fuel, and everything else like that. So, just, like I said many times, I don't say it no more because I'm not going to be a broken record, but, oh snap, I almost freaking missed the turn. I'll make the curb, no, I'll make the curb. Okay, where the heck am I going? Oh, I was back there, sorry. I was about to say, I thought the turn was here, my fault. Yeah, my fault. It's hard to see at night, especially on the, and I call it like the middle areas like this, because the lighting ain't that great. California, like, yeah, it's not that bad. Well, most parts of California. Alright, so swing this way. There we go. There we go. Thing went out. I don't know what happened to my thing. I'll find that, man. My thing went out. There it is. GPS, and I mean, I'm here, but I don't know exactly what it wanted, what it doubts, all that, so. Turn the flashes on, be professional. Now, why am I in low? I feel like I'm overly revving up when I should be that high and idle. Now, why they have a tanker going to a dock, I don't know, but woman said take any available dock you can find, so that's what I'm doing. Let's see, we got plenty of room, yeah. Watch the fan. We're getting a little close there. Alright. Get this little cut off way right through here. Don't need to. I could do it a different way, but I'm taking it. Use all the space available and pretty much make almost a straight back. I ain't gonna bump the dock with this, obviously, but they have ways. So they know what they wanted and they have ways of doing it. So made a big behind suction thing out from the dock. And now y'all see what I said, pull up that way, make it pretty much a straight back. And there. Very nice. Hard to believe though, I'm still gonna get back in this bunk when we're done. As we are done, so. Very nice, she looks pretty. She looks pretty. Doing my posture for the day. Alrighty then, well, let's see. Turn the lights out, turn the thing off. I'll let it idle a little bit. It's a little, what's the temperature outside? I'm chilly, but that could be because of the blood pressure medicine. 65. Yeah, I'll give it like 20 minutes, then I'll shut it off. Climbing this bunk. Oh yeah, yes. See, I was good. I did not say baby. That's nice. And just till I hear for a little bit, till I hear the banging on the door, say they got us unloaded. So, and then we'll see what we got going on for tomorrow. Because, like I said back on Tuesday, the whole point, and that's why it's such a good load for me. I am nicely set up for Illinois. It's right through there. So if I'm lucky, I can get something going to, actually if I'm really lucky, I can get another good one going up to Iowa City, so I could switch into Avie, because she's there, well, she should be there by now. But if I couldn't, then bump it. I'll just take from here and head over to Illinois. But I'm sure by now, because they don't even go today, Thursday. They ain't even know. I heard. Well, no, I heard from the officials. What was it, like 2 days from now? I think it is. So. Oh, excuse me. Yep. So it all depends on what's happening next for tomorrow. That's neither here nor there. I'm gonna lay my head down. Watch. Let's be honest. I'm gonna BS on this tablet for a little bit, and then we'll wait till we get unloaded.